Welcome again to another episode of Voices of the City. This is David Lynn, and I'm here with a guest that you might know from the city. He goes by Rah King, and online you'll see him. He's buzzing all around the T-Dot, and he seems like a hilarious guy, man. We're going to have an interesting discussion, and so I just want to welcome you to the show, Rah King.
Thank you very much, bro.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Of
So just tell me about yourself. I mean, who's Rah King?
I mean, I'm me, isn't it? I keep everything raw. That's the name, you know? So that's me. I mean, I do videos. You guys probably know me. The people know me from the videos. I also run a page called Toronto Tide where I do interviews. And it's mostly around Toronto. So it's the Toronto accent. You guys probably seen it. It's like, I don't know if you guys seen it. It's like the Toronto accent where I'd be like, what's your thoughts on the Toronto accent? And then they'll be like, yo, tutu is my word, Krusky. Like, do you know the Toronto slang?
Tell me about it, man. Tell me some words, man. I mean.
Okay, I'm going to teach you Toronto slang. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Krosky. Do you know what Krosky is?
No.
It's like, you know how you say bro?
Yeah.
And then you say broski? And then there's Krosky.
So what's a Krosky versus a broski?
It's just a Krosky, broski. It's just Krosky. Nah, I'm joking. On a real note, though, like the Toronto slang.
Is that like a crufty kind of broski?
I guess. I don't even know. Like, most of these words are just made up.
Okay.
Like, people, just kids especially, they just make up new slang. They have so many words you won't even know. But, yeah, that's how I kind of went viral. Like, I started doing interviews about a year ago. I went up to people in the malls, and I started asking them, like, what are your thoughts on Toronto? What's the worst place in the GTA? And they would answer in a Toronto accent, and I started going viral. Like, I remember my second or third video got on 6Buzz, where there was this kid, like, he was like, yo, Mississauga's the worst city, fam. You're going to catch a death Oz if I see you. Like, going crazy with the Toronto accent. And then since then, when it went viral, I saw that, the Toronto accent has, like, obviously a crazy virality factor. So I took advantage and just started doing interviews, like 2 interviews a day for, like, a whole year now. And it just, like, keeps going viral. So that's what I'm known mainly off of. And also, my personal page, Rah King, like my personal brand. I do interviews. I do music. I'm also a boxer, amateur boxer. And yeah, I'm just hustling.
Okay, all right. So let's dive into this Toronto accent. You know, I'm an original Toronto cat. Grew up in the Malvern area, Scarborough, East End.
Okay.
You know, and I saw the development, and you know, coming from my generation to your generation, I can see some of the elements of Jamaica inside of this kind of accent kind of thing that developed. So what were the main influences that you think? Obviously Jamaica. What other kind of cultures are into this kind of accent?
To be honest with you, I can't answer that question fully because I'm not that into the Toronto accent. I don't use it myself that much unless I'm joking around with my friends, but I don't really know. Like, a lot of these kids just make up words. Like, it's like sounds. Like, there's a new word, it's called Bazwaz.
Bazwaz.
Have you heard of that?
No, man.
It's Bazwaz. No, they mean like booty when they say that. Like, yo, that girl got a fat Bazwaz. That's what I swear to God. I don't know where these words spawn from, but one day you'll just start hearing them in a circle. And yeah, like, it's just crazy. Jamaica's definitely one. Like, a lot of the comments are like, yo, this is a rip-off Jamaican China wannabes. Another one is UK. They also compare it to the UK accent. They say it's like wannabe UK. I don't know, man. These kids they're creative nowadays. What can I say? I have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
All right. So give us a few more words. Like you said Bazwaz. That's a new one. I never heard of that before.
Bazwaz. I said Krosky. I don't know. Gerber. That's also a viral one. Like, every time someone says Gerber, it goes so viral.
So what does that mean?
It just means, like, I think from what I've analyzed, I think that word means, like, someone that's, like, no one likes. He's, like, cringy. Just, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, these words don't have meanings. Like, they're just sounds. They just sound like Gerber.
So if I walked up to a guy and said, yo, man, you're a Gerber.
Yeah. Well, they'll probably be like, what language are you speaking? But if they understood you, if they're in Toronto, they would probably just be like, they would probably
I wonder
fight
if that
you.
has anything to do with the baby food Gerber.
Bro, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you, bro. I don't know.
All right.
Toronto slang, like, I promise
Give me
you
another one. Give me another one. Yeah.
Gerber, Des. Des is like another, like, no one likes that person. It's, like, a lot of guys be like, that girl is Des. Like, she's not, you know, she's not it. It's like whack, you know?
Whack.
It's kind of like that. They say Des nons, like, That's another one. Every time I do an interview and they use these words, specifically des, Gerber, defaz, all these Krosky, it just goes viral for some reason. Tutu's my word. Like, I don't know, it just goes viral.
Tutus. What's that one?
Tutus is like if someone says, for example, I'll be like, what's a major red flag in a Toronto girl? And then the person answering, most of the time it's Surya, my friend Surya. He goes, yo, tutu's my word. That means like my word, like.
Okay, so it's like doubling down kind of thing.
Doubling down, exactly.
All right.
But I don't know where it comes from, bro.
All right.
Honestly.
All right. Well, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of talk about the 6. And, I mean, who would you say has, the toughest city? Would you say it's T-Dot, New York, Montreal? I mean, there's guys from Montreal, the NDG.
Depends on what aspect. Like, I was at Miami, came back 4 days ago. And business-wise, Miami is number 1, bro. Like, I'm in love with that place.
Like when you say business-wise, what do you mean?
I think for entrepreneurs, that Miami is the best spot to be at, especially if you're coming up, because especially in the main city, like we were at Brickell City Center most of the time, and you see so many successful people. It's a very luxurious lifestyle. There's a certain standard there set you could see, like around you, and it just makes you want to achieve it more. It makes you want to fit in kind of more. So that's why I think Miami's the best city to be in as an upcoming entrepreneur. If you want to go for, I don't know, like Dubai is very amazing too, like for that. But it depends, like what the thing you're talking about. Like it's very luxurious there, but then it's also Western mindset, which has its flaws. Like the women there are very promiscuous, and there's
in Dubai.
No, not Dubai.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Miami. Dubai, no. Actually, there's actually a lot of promiscuous women in Dubai too. If you have money. If you have money, they'll be promiscuous.
Okay.
Yeah. But Miami, yeah, it has its flaws too because it's in a Western kind of sphere. So there's a lot of devilish things going on, against God. People are selling their souls and etc.
Right.
Yeah, but that's in Toronto as well now a lot of the times.
So let's talk about the women. You compared the East versus the West. Dubai, Miami. Are all women the same? I mean, what makes a woman promiscuous from your perspective?
Well, they're not all the same. However, you can generalize, right? Like based off what you see majority. Like Western women, they're not as modest as Eastern women, right? In my opinion, that's what I've seen. Actually, no, that's a fact. Like they're not as modest at all. Like they're much easier to sleep with. They're much less traditional.
Why do you think they're more easy to sleep with? Like what's that all
Because
about?
society accepts it. If society allows you to be a certain way, then you're gonna be a certain way. Like women are empowered for things like OnlyFans, things like if they have like a high body count. If a girl has a body count of 30, she's empowered. Like people think in the West that a girl's and a guy's body count is the same thing, which is so wrong because
So you think they're different? So a guy can have a high body count. That's okay. Girl have low body count. That's
not necessarily it's okay. Like it's just not as bad as a girl's.
Why not?
Because a girl is devalued if she has a lot of bodies.
So why isn't a guy devalued?
Because he's the one that's, you know that saying where it goes, a key that opens, or a lock that's opened by every key is a shitty lock, but a key that opens every lock is a good key, or something like that. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like that's what it is. If a guy sleeps with a woman, right? Okay, there's many reasons. Let's look at the value factor.
Give me the reasons. Yeah.
How much easier is it for a girl to sleep with guys versus a guy to sleep with girls? It's so much easier for a girl to get guys. Even if you're a 6 and you're a girl, there's gonna be a guy that's willing to fuck you. Like let's be honest with you, you'll find it. But if you're a guy who works in Starbucks, you have nothing going for you, you have no money, you're not. It's super difficult. So difficulty is directly correlated with how good the reward is, right? If something is harder to get, then it's more valuable and when you get it. So that's one aspect of it. Number 2, a girl, like if a guy has 50 bodies, girls have no problem still being with him. Actually, the guy is respected more in a lot of places. Like other men respect him more, women respect him more because they can see that he's able to work and get women. But if a girl is fucked by so many guys, then that girl loses so much value because if people look at her, they just see, okay, like anyone could sleep with her. No one's gonna want to wife that. Like no guy truly wants to wife a girl who has 50 bodies or 30 bodies. But girls have no problem like marrying men who have multiple bodies because it doesn't really affect anything.
Now there's this girl. I don't even like. I'm just getting familiar with the urban scene, even though I'm always on the urban scene. I'm always on the streets, but I'm in a different kind of way of being on the streets. There's this girl that I seen, and her name keeps coming up. Her name's Chromas. Is she what? Where does she fit in? Is she an OnlyFans girl? I don't even know anything about her. Do you know about her?
I've heard of her, but I don't know about her.
Oh,
to be
okay.
honest. I don't know about her, to be honest.
Okay, I thought you would know because you're in that kind
Yeah. No, I've seen her.
Okay.
She's a beautiful young lady, but I've seen her also. I've seen like her posting stuff, like a lot of thirst traps and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know her personally.
Okay,
I don't.
so you don't even want to comment on because
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know her personally, but from what I see online, like she's a Western
Just
girl.
a typical
you know
Western
what I mean?
girl.
Yeah, because all these girls, they post on Instagram showing their bodies. But like you can't even blame them because Instagram's changed the game for dating. Like in the recent years, when Instagram came, it really globalized dating. Like you could a 10 out of 10 girl in a village, she knows she's a 10 now because she could post on Instagram and get a bunch of views and likes and have a billionaire messenger try to get her out and fly her out. But before Instagram, like there was a concept at least of a modest, like a 10 out of 10 who doesn't know her value. But now, because women realistically, the main thing they're judged off of is value. I mean, is beauty. Their value is judged off of beauty. Like once a person sees a woman, they judge her off the beauty. So, like nowadays, Instagram makes it very easy to show your beauty as a woman. So that's why you have all these girls, 19-year-olds, who are chilling with these 30-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 35-year-olds, who are just bringing them out on the yacht in Dubai. You know what I mean? So Instagram's changed it up a
So are you
lot.
saying that now for the average dude, it's kind of hard to get a pretty girl?
Yeah, 100%. Because everything in life is a value exchange, right? If a beautiful girl, if there's a 10 out of 10, she could easily go and appeal to a man of very high status who has a lot of money, financially secure.
Why would she go out with
Smart.
that?
Why would she go with you? Like, what is different about it? Not saying you need money to get a 10 out of 10. Value in a man is not only off of money. You could not have money, but you could still get a bunch of women if you're driven, you're charismatic, you're competent, right? But a lot of the times, the money is correlated with competence.
Sorry.
Oh man,
It's all good.
We'll reconnect it again.
that was showing.
Yeah.
So
all
you should have told me, man. Well, how long was it showing?
I was standing there for like 5 10 minutes.
Oh man, so my big belly's showing.
It's all good.
So where was it through the whole thing?
Just ask a question. Just start. No, you don't have to do it.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to start all over. We'll just stitch it together.
Yeah.
But just start with a question though. And then
Yeah. Okay. All right, you're doing good, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
Trying.
All right. People have a lot of ideas about Toronto. I even saw a movie from, I forgot the guy's name. It was entitled Toronto or something like that. Man in Toronto or something.
Right.
What are some myths that you want to just remove from the idea of Toronto? Because a lot of people have these thoughts, like Toronto people are kind, or Toronto people are soft, or Toronto people.
Yeah. It's a good question. Some myths. First of all, not everybody talks in the Toronto accent. That's what everybody from the States who watches my videos, they think everyone talks. No, not everyone talks in that accent. That's one myth. Number two, I think Toronto and Canada in general is not as safe as people outside of Toronto think it is, because everyone had that thought in mind before, but nowadays it's changed up with a lot of kids trying to fit into that Western home, like gang lifestyle, from the music they listen to the way they act in school. Like you have these 9th graders pulling their pants down, walking around thinking they're gangsters, you know? And it's different now because it's not as safe anymore. A lot of neighborhoods, you see shootings, you see stabbings, you see a lot of gang activity going on. So it's not as safe as people may think outside of Toronto. That's two. I don't know what else myths. I'm not
So
sure.
would you say, in my days, it was people had guns, but it was harder to get guns. But would you say it's pretty easy to get a gun
Yes,
right now in Toronto?
very.
Like very easy.
Bro, all it takes is one connection and you could just get a gun. Like it's very easy. And that's why it makes no sense that sorry, that's why I believe that it should be legal. Because since it's so easy to get weapons legally, right? If you analyze it, then if you're a criminal and you want a weapon, you can easily get it. So now you have a country where a lot of the civilians who are not criminals don't have guns, but criminals easily can get guns. So what's the point? Because if you're a criminal, you can get a gun either way. So it might as well give the normal citizens ability to have something to defend themselves with. That's another thing. In the States, if you're a criminal, you have a gun, you refrain. You have a thought of refrainment from going into somebody's house to break into it because you know that they might have a shotgun there. But here, you know that nobody has anything. And Canada is so liberal that even if you have a gun illegally in your own house and somebody breaks in and you shoot them, you still go to jail. So that's why I don't believe like Canada is very good on that law. But yeah, like it's very easy to get guns. Very.
What do you think about the drug market in Toronto? So we're talking about myths. Like, is everybody in Toronto high?
I don't know, man. Like, a lot of young men are. A lot of young men and women, they always smoke and stuff. But I don't know about like drug market. Like the heights, your crack, cocaine. I don't know, because I'm not into that, obviously. Yeah. But when it comes to like, if you want to shift it, there's a good rabbit hole to go into, like how men are nowadays in the whole Western, not just Toronto, getting high and wasting their time. Like that's very evident that men are much less masculine than they were before because they're again, it goes back to when I told you like it's accepted nowadays. Men like they don't do anything with their lives. They don't go for it. They don't have a purpose. They have no discipline. So, and you see that problem with a bunch of men nowadays. They're not competent. They're not masculine. They're not smart. They don't have any goals. They're okay being nobodies, which is the biggest problem in society. And it's done on purpose by the government, in my opinion, to feminize men. And it's done through showing certain things online.
So you seem like a very driven young man. And is it possible to be cool and driven at the same time? Because there's this perception that I find with some people that you have to just be a fool. You just have to like be clapping everybody and smoking, or I don't know. I mean,
that's stupid. Like, why? What is cool? You know what's cool? Hopping out of a Ferrari at 22 years old in Miami with 4 girls around you, and everybody knows who you are. That's cool. Isn't that cooler than being in one high school party and smoking weed to impress your friend or a random guy who's not your friend, who acts like your friend? What's cool? That's cooler to me. I don't know. So if this is what I have to do and refrain from that in order to get to the 22-year-old Ferrari girls, everyone knows my name status, I think that's more cool. So it is good to be cool, but that's my definition of cool.
So you would say your definition of cool is being driven, being successful. How does a young person become successful in 2025? Because it seems like the job market's tough. I mean, the cost of condos is in the millions.
Yeah, bro.
Like, how do you make it?
It's difficult, bro. It's difficult out here because 20, 30 years ago, you could have a normal job with a normal salary and still be good, be paying your rent, be paying everything, your survival needs, and also still have a lot of money on the side and still be well off. But nowadays it's shifting where the middle class is like becoming poor now. They're only barely getting enough money to even get survival needs. So you have to kind of find a way to break around the financial system and get way more if you want that freedom of life, because otherwise you're going to be a slave. You're just going to be consistently working paycheck to paycheck. So then you raise the question on how do you break the financial, how do you break around the financial system? How do you find a way around it? And there's many ways, right? But business is the number one way, and there's many businesses. It's so easy to make money online nowadays. It's easier than it's ever been. Now you have the concept of a 16-year-old millionaire, 17-year-old millionaire off a meme coin, or an 18-year-old in India who does copywriting and has 10 clients a month, giving him more than 20K a month. Now you have that concept, but 30 years back, the only way to become a millionaire was to climb your way up the rankings of a business, for example. So you never had a concept of a 20-year-old millionaire. It's only like when you're 35 and you've climbed, made connections, right? So it's so easy, I feel. I made a video about this recently. I was in Miami and someone interviewed me, and they asked me, what's my advice to the Toronto youth? And my answer was to, number one, understand the resources you have, right? And understand how fortunate you are to have the resources. And number two is to utilize the resources. So what that means is, firstly, you have to understand how fortunate and lucky you are to have the ability to get whatever you want if you work hard enough, right? So a lot of men don't realize this. A lot of young men, especially who are born in Canada, United States, with everything they have more than enough around them to make money, they don't understand this because they're privileged. But there's kids in Cuba, right, who make $20 a month, if anything, and no matter how hard they work, they can never achieve that. Or kids in Africa, right? So number one, understand you're very lucky. You literally don't even need to be smart to make money, because there's guides online already, free guides. So you just need the discipline, and they don't even have that. That's what's crazy about it. And that's because they're not raised with discipline, bro. The parents are lazy nowadays. They don't they give the kid an iPad and just put him to the side. And then the 8 hours they're at school learning bullshit, right? A bunch of like crap, like liberal mindset stuff. And boys are not trained to be men in the future. Boys are trained to just be boys, or even girls nowadays, like transgender.
So what's up with that? I mean, like you're coming from a different demographic, a young person. I'm a little older. What does your generation think of this whole trans movement?
Like, I don't know. Like, it's not really my issue. I don't know anybody trans. I don't talk to anybody trans right now. You know, I don't know anyone. So I don't know what to say. I mean, in my opinion, if you want to be
what
trans,
I'm asking is, like, from what it looks like from my end, all the young people are like pro-gay, pro-trans.
Yeah.
And I don't know what everybody's thinking, man. You would know a little more of what people are thinking right now, because you guys grew up in that kind of way. In our day, we didn't grow up with an education system telling us. We were told that there's a male and a female, that's it. But your generation is totally different. So what are people in your generation thinking about that whole stuff?
Yeah, you're right. Everybody's very accepting of it. Accepting is one thing. I'm accepting of it too. If you're gay and you want to sleep with men, or if you're a girl, you want to sleep with women, it's not my concern. You do whatever you want. But another thing is encouraging it. That's what I don't like. Because encouraging it, ultimately, if you're gay, right, you can't have kids yourself, right? So you're pretty much encouraging something that takes away family in the future. That's what I don't like. Because my kid, I want to have my bloodline continue, personally, right? So that's what I don't like about it. That's why you have everywhere they're encouraging it on TV, advertising it. You have Mr. Beast, who has the largest subscribers in the world ever. You have one of his, did you see that? Did you see when one of his team members turned transgender out of nowhere?
No.
Bro, like, Mr. Beast has over 100 million subscribers on YouTube, and he posts, and a bunch of that is kids, right? And he posts regularly, and then one day, one of his videos, you open it, and one of the team members is transgender out of nowhere. That makes no sense to me. Like, imagine the kids watching that. They're going to start questioning. They're going to say, okay, what is this? Even if it's right or wrong to be transgender, well, that's a different topic, whatever. Kids shouldn't even be thinking, in my opinion, an 8-year-old shouldn't even be thinking, like, why is this guy dressed up as a girl? And what? It's okay. It's normal. Like, I don't think that's okay.
Okay, so you're saying it's not okay. I don't believe it's okay. I'm on the same page as you. But if it's acceptable, then why is it an issue that they're teaching it to the kids? Like, I have kids, and I'm homeschooling my kids. I don't want them learning that stuff, and I'm straight up.
Smart.
I'm very vocal about that.
Smart.
But you're saying at one side you accept it, just like a lot of people. When you say accept it, you don't encourage it, but at the same time you're saying they shouldn't be teaching that to the kids.
Teaching is one. Well, first of all, the parents should decide if they want to teach the kid. You could teach the kid, but it's not that complex of a thing to teach a kid. Like, how much time do they spend teaching it? Okay, cool. This person's gay. They're gay. They like men. Cool. Or this person's transgender. Decides to be a woman. Cool. But
why is it cool?
It's not cool, but it is what it is. What can you do?
I mean, this is like generation and generation.
Like what can you do? If somebody's gay, what can you do? Like, cool, leave them be. Let them do what they want. It's not my interest if somebody sleeps with who. I don't care. Like, I don't care.
You're just not up in their business.
I don't give a, But if I have them teaching my kids that, or my little sister that, or my little brother that, or trying to teach other people's children, I think parents should be concerned about that, because it's not teaching anymore. Like if you're seeing that every day, then it becomes encouragement.
It's everywhere.
If you're seeing that, like,
it's on the
pushed,
movies.
you're seeing that pushed.
It's on the
yeah,
shows.
like you have SpongeBob turning gay out of nowhere. What does that even
I think
mean?
Superman's gay now.
Huh?
Superman. Yeah.
Superman's gay?
Yeah. I saw a new movie that
Bro.
I think he has some boyfriend or something like that.
Bro, I don't know what to tell you, my friend. Listen, this generation has lost the plot. They've lost the plot.
But do you think that, you see, cause I
It's done on purpose, bro.
Yeah, but that's, of course it's done. Why do you think it's done?
It's done on purpose because, okay, so if kids, well, especially men, if they're encouraged with these things, it takes away the idea of family. And how does that take away, and how does that help the people in power? If there's no concept of family, and there's no concept of masculinity, then there's no threat to the people in power. The people keep their power, right? The woke, liberal people, they keep their power because there's a lack of masculine men who make an army, who are willing to make an army to threaten their power, because that is the only true threat to their power. Like if they encourage femininity, if you have a bunch of 19-year-olds smoking weed all day and jerking off, then you're not gonna have no men. You're not gonna have a threat to your power. So it benefits them at the end of the day to have these viewpoints.
So do you think it's okay to drink soya milk?
No, gay. It's gay as fuck. Fuck soya milk. Why the fuck you drinking soya milk? It's gay. If you drink soya milk, don't talk to me.
Almond milk.
Sure. I don't know. No, on a real note.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't personally.
Yeah, but soya milk's like.
Soya milk's gay.
Like, don't be a soy boy.
I don't like soy milk.
Yeah, okay.
If I see a guy, if I'm with a friend of mine and he's drinking soya milk, he's leaving my car.
That's kind of weird.
While it's driving.
Yeah,
while the car is moving.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a guy drinking soya milk, to be honest.
Well, yeah, exactly, because they're not a guy no more. They take the U in guy and put an A instead.
That's true.
What does that spell?
It's gay.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, jumping from soy milk, you're a content creator. What goes into making content stick? Like, what is it that makes you a successful content creator?
In my opinion, you have to in order to get a video to go viral, you have to spike an emotion out of somebody after they're done watching your video. So you have to make a video that's curated in a way that after a person, the audience watches it, they feel some type of emotion. And that emotion could be anything. A lot of the times it could be happiness, right? Whether you're doing something wholesome, you see those videos go very viral. Or whether it may be you making someone feel angry after watching your video. For example, me, a lot of the times I say something controversial, or when people are doing a Toronto accent, the audience watches it and they get an emotion out of it. They get mad, so they want to do something. They want to comment on it because they feel like that's doing something. So that's what you have to really try to do, and you have to be perspicacious of the opportunities that come, because you don't really have to come up with your own ideas nowadays to go really viral. You kind of have to find something that's working and just find a way to add your own twist with it, and then you'll go viral. That's what I did. Like interviews, popular niche, my little twist to it, Toronto accent, boom, viral, just like that. So that's what you need to find. If you want to go into content and you want to go viral, you have to be successful. You have to study it.
Okay. The weed culture. What's your ideas of smoking weed?
I don't encourage it, and the reason for that is because I know it makes you lazy, and it makes you complacent. So I don't think that's a benefit. I think that's only, sure, it may give you a creativity boost, or it may make you fun and stuff. And I know a lot of artists do it too. I've smoked weed before too, of course. So I can judge both sides. I don't know. Like I think you shouldn't do it. Like I don't think you need it. So why should you do a drug? Because drugs in general, like there's two outcomes. Either you do a drug and you don't like it, or you do a drug and you like it, so you want to get addicted and keep doing it. So both ways, it's like bad.
It's a waste
so
of
what's
time.
the point? I don't think so. I don't think unless you're successful, unless you're rich, I don't think you've earned that. You deserve weed. Like why do you deserve to be relaxed and comfortable at 19 years old when you have no money in your bank account? You have nobody knows who you are. If you die tomorrow, people will get over it in a month. Like why do you deserve weed? What impact have you brought to the world?
So why do you think they legalized it then?
Well, that's a different question. They didn't legalize. They legalized it because,
like if it was so bad, I mean,
It's not bad. It's more of like, it's just a drug. You know what I mean? Like, it is bad, obviously, if you misuse it, but I think it's not as detrimental as other drugs like crack, heroin, you know? So I think that's one reason why they legalized it.
There was a city in Vancouver recently where they did an experiment and they made all drugs legal. I forgot what part of BC that was, but do you think that people should have the freedom to choose whatever substance it is, or do you think regulation should be put in place?
Regulation should be put in place because you can't trust people's willpower and people's discipline to refrain from drugs, right? People are weak, so they're gonna do it. So you have to have a law and order, obviously, in order to refrain them. Just like some people have the moral, like they can step over their morals to rob people. So you have to make theft illegal, so because people will do it. You can't just trust people not doing it. So yeah, of course, most of the drugs should be illegal, 100%. Like heroin, crack, people are gonna kill themselves. They're gonna die.
What about alcohol?
Alcohol is fine. I mean, again, like if you misuse anything, if you have too much of something, then it's gonna mess you up. But
so it's not the substance that's the problem. It's your behavior with the substance.
Of course, if you have heroin here in front of me, cocaine here in front of me, I'm not gonna do it, because I don't. First of all, I don't want to do it. Second of all, even if I wanted to, I wouldn't. But you have another person that could be sitting there and just snort so many lines and just kill himself, an overdose.
So the whole like urban community that we're seeing glamorized on TV, the T-Dot hip hop scene and everything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like, cocaine, MDMA, weed, this is like pushed. This is like, you have to have this. At least that's what's being perceived. I mean, almost all the videos I've seen, from the T-Dot rappers to the guys in the States, it's like you see a line of cocaine, you see weed being smoked. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, that's interesting, because not only drugs too, in the music culture, a lot of things is promoted, like even murder is promoted. You know what I mean? So that's where it doesn't really make sense to me. But I understand the aspect that it comes from, why it influences such like young men, and why they think that's so cool, because it's like a sense of breaking the rules. So if you break the rules, you're bad, like they're bad boy. So I think that's why it's perceived as cool, because it's a sense of breaking rules. And the kids see that. They see these people who are doing that and at the same time respected by so much people. And it's a chain, right? If people were to make music like that and nobody liked it, and they looked at the people who promoted drugs and murder as disgusting people, then by extension, no one else would like it either. But since so many people like it, as a coming up 15-year-old, you start hearing it and people are like, yo, you hear this new track of Lil Baby or this person, and it's full of killing and murder. But even then people are promoting it, then they're going to be like, this is cool. It's fine. Everyone likes it, so I like it. So that's the chain that I think like made that come up.
What do you listen to?
I listen to the same stuff too a lot of the time, and I can't even lie, because it's hard. The music it sounds good.
So you're saying that the music is just kind of like whack in some of the content, but then you're saying it's good at the same time. So
it's not,
or maybe you didn't say it was whack.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't say it was whack. That's my words.
It's
but
whack in a way, I guess.
But the word, like what I was saying, it's promoting a whole lifestyle that's probably whack.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's you're getting the girls with it. You're getting popular with it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You have to be perspicacious of the world, right? You have to understand how to navigate yourself. You have to understand what you're listening to. That's another problem too. I can listen to that music because I know what's being said, and it will never influence me to want to do these things to impress people. However, a lot of men can't do that. They don't know what they're consuming. And it's not just music. It comes to the content they watch on YouTube. It comes to the music they listen to. It comes to the news they hear. They're getting psyoped, influenced, and they don't even know what they're listening to. They don't even know what's getting put in their brain.
But what did you say already? Like, you know, if I'm sitting in front of like a McDonald's commercial nonstop, chances are 9 times out of 10, I'm eventually going to want to try McDonald's, you know? Or if I'm listening, just like you said, with this whole gender stuff going on, they're targeting the kids. They're putting it on the media.
But that's their whole goal.
But then now everybody's thinking, oh, this is okay, you know?
Exactly.
Cool. So what about like hip hop now? It's like, okay, everybody's listening to the gang banging. Okay, maybe it's going to change how we speak. Now it's going to change how we think.
It has.
Right.
It already has, bro.
So So is that a problem?
Of course. Of course it's a problem. You have young men who literally do drugs on a daily, like hardcore drugs. They crash out. They start stabbing people. They carry guns with them, all because of how they're raised, all because of what they see around them, all because of the content that they consume. So of course it's a problem, bro. That's actually a big reason why Toronto's crime rate has gone up, and so is the States too. Have you heard Eastern Europe, or have you heard Eastern European music?
No.
In the Middle East music, they don't talk about drugs, guns, and murder. It's just love songs or just cool jams. But now it's rap, hardcore rap.
So when you think about it, it kind of sounds a bit messed up.
Yeah, it's super messed up, bro. Of course it's messed up. But that's just the world we live in,
so
bro.
is Toronto culture just messed up? Are we just all messed up? Like we're just living in like Sodom and Gomorrah?
You're trying to trap me. No. It's not messed up, bro. Like, obviously, everywhere is messed up now.
Yeah.
Like, everywhere there's bad and there's good. And you have to be able to navigate through it yourself. You have to individually analyze it and move. You can't just let it control you. You can't just walk around blindlessly. Whatever happens, happens. You have to actually understand what you're watching, what you're listening to, who you're speaking to, what you're doing, why you believe in the things you believe. A lot of people don't even know why they believe in the things they believe nowadays. Like, they don't know. Like, COVID was one of the best examples of that.
What did you think of that, man? Like, do you think that what the government did, locking everybody in, was that a smart move?
For them, of course.
But was that a smart, like, do you think things could have been done differently?
Of course. It was not as bad as they made it seem. They exaggerated the hell out of it. Of course. Like, pandemic, oh my God. Quarantine. When you look outside, you don't see dead bodies. It's not a pandemic, right? It's the flu. You know what I mean? It's not that deep. So it's like obviously exaggerated. And it was a test. Like I said, the COVID was a test to see if people will conform to the leaders at a snap of their fingers, and the society failed the test.
So from your like view, whether from the schools that you went or wherever, did most people go along with it, or
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
because they make it another thing. They're like, oh, you don't have to get the vaccine. They say you don't have to get the vaccine, right? That's what they said. No, we're not making you, we're not forcing you. But you can't go to restaurants, you can't step outside of your house, you can't go into school, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this if you don't get the vaccine. You don't have to get the vaccine. But if you don't get it, you can't go to restaurants. You can't go to the movies. You can't go this. You can't. Like, I was boxing at the time. I wasn't allowed to fight if I didn't have the vaccine. Right? Like, so they make you do it, of course. So as a 15-year-old kid, you're going to have to end up getting the vaccine. And parents, too, it's a different thing when kids get it, too, because kids, they just do what they're told. Like, it's their parents. So it's only the adults' fault. If they're stupid enough to just conform like that, then they deserve it, bro. Like, honestly.
Did you see anybody in your generation get negative side effects with the vaccine, or was that just because I'm hearing all these stories and some people are saying people got the vaccine now that they have all these medical issues. Some people saying I was just fine. In your world, how did people handle the vaccine, or for those that you know?
It was fine. Like I know people who got the vaccine and got COVID soon after, so I don't know. Like, I don't know the effectivity of that. I don't know how that works, but like, I didn't see anyone just get the vaccine and, like, die right away from it or something like that. But who knows? Maybe in 20 years, what they put in you might show. Who knows, bro? You can never trust it. That's why you don't get it. Especially after a year of testing for the flu. It's not even bad. Like, you don't see a pandemic.
So you kind of see it like it was like a flu kind of thing.
It was a flu.
How many
people die from the flu a year? Like 1 million? There we go. Like, it's 1 million people died off COVID. Oh my God, end of the world. 1 million people die off the flu every year. So what is, like, you know what I mean?
Do most people in your age group believe that it was just like the flu? Or do people feel like it was like a big thing? Like, I'm just trying to, like...
I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, I would like to believe they understand that it was a very big exaggeration and it was a control mechanism. However, I don't think they're equipped with the IQ to understand that. So a lot of them, I think I don't even think they forget it, bro. They don't even think about that shit. People nowadays, since attention spans are so low, they just forget it. Donald Trump gets shot 10 days later, no one's talking about it. If the president got shot 40 years ago, best believe that's on the news every day for a year, at least. You know what I mean? So they don't even analyze. And you know what's crazy? Those same people, have you seen that thing where the person came out and he was like, that one leader, I can't recall his name, where he said the 6 feet apart thing was all just a random number, the 6 feet.
I forgot who that was.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, where he said that when there was a whole rule, you have to be 6 feet apart. That was just like a random number, 6 feet. But then you have the people who were at the gas station screaming at others for not being 6 feet apart, pissed. 2 years later, when they see that, they don't even have the decency to sit there and apologize and analyze to themselves, okay, I was wrong. They just move on with their life. They're so ignorant and arrogant. So that's what I don't like about people too. Like they're very arrogant.
Hypocritical.
Hypocritical, arrogant. They're slaves. That's what it is. They're slaves to the world. They just live. They're robots, NPCs.
So you brought up Trump and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think Biden should have been reelected?
Oh, 100% pro-Biden. No, I'm joking. Are you crazy? Bro, what do you mean Biden, bro? Biden, it's not even Biden who's the president. He's just a puppet there. You have the leaders behind him who are going to make him do whatever.
What about Kamala?
Same shit, bro. Kamala's a woman. How can a woman be a freaking president? Bro, stop this, bro. Don't even come at me.
So you're telling everybody that a woman can't be a president.
Bro, when you're a president, it's not just you making decisions. You have a group of advisors, right? A lot of people who are telling you this and this and this and that. You can't sit there. Kamala is not sitting there and saying no this, yes that. No. It takes a masculine man to sit there and say, okay, this is that. Imagine Kamala, bro, imagine Kamala having a conversation and a debate about Ukraine with Putin. What is she going to sit there and do? Like, what is she going to do? I don't know, bro. It doesn't make sense to me. A woman, like, you have to be masculine to be a leader.
Is Barack...
Like sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
History has proved that you have to be a masculine man in order to be a leader. Because, can you name me a society which was run by a woman?
No.
And there was, though. But you know why you can't name it? Because they all collapsed. Real shit. That's true. History just speaks for itself.
Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth, sure, is different. But, of course, she still had, like... You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's not... Like, she's obviously, yeah, cool. I don't really know anything about the UK. I know that...
But in all fairness to Queen Elizabeth, she was just a puppet because in UK they have prime ministers that actually really lead the country, and it was a man.
Exactly, of course. So when you have a president, you needed to. If Kamala didn't, if Donald Trump didn't get elected, then America was done. Out of here.
So you feel that Donald Trump was the better pick of the two?
Oh, it was the only pick, bro. It saved America, bro. Like literally, that moment was the most key moment of America's downfall or uprise. Like, the empire was going to be done if Kamala was elected. That's World War III, 100%. Over.
What about Barack Obama? Did he do a good job, bad job?
I don't know. I think I don't really know about I didn't really study, to be honest with you, his how he was, because I was very young at the time, too.
Right.
But I've heard some things, but I'm not sure.
People are saying that Barack Obama is really gay. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I've heard that.
What do you think?
I don't know. I haven't really analyzed them, but I think...
Cause I see things going around viral saying that his wife is really a man.
Well, then he's gay. Like, what can I say? That's the definition of homosexuality, so I guess so.
I don't know if it's true. I'm not saying it's the case. It's just people saying all these things that sometimes it's hard to differentiate between truth and reality.
A lot of leaders are gay nowadays, bro. Because it's like, isn't it crazy too? And when I say gay too, I mean like it doesn't have to be directly gay. It could be like very feminine. Like look at Justin Trudeau. He's gay as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that just comes because they're woke, they're liberal, and they're not men. They don't have the best interest of society at heart. They have interest of themselves and their power at heart.
So Justin Trudeau, I mean, from your angle, did he do a good job for Canada or a bad job?
Bro, he's the worst prime minister. He's a terrible job.
What are some things that you can say that he just didn't do right?
Bro, first of all, like, he's so feminine. Like, we just talked about female leaders not being able to run a country. Okay, yeah, he's a man biologically, but he's not a man if you look at him. Just like these other leaders. He's not a man, bro. He's a girl. He's not gonna have the balls to sit there and say no to this people. We're not respected because of him, bro. Because of him, no country respects us. We're a joke. Canada's a joke to America. How can you be at a stage where there's America telling you we want to make you the 51st state? That's so disrespectful. How low has he brought us so that America's able to say that even? That's he's done a bad job in general, bro. We have such a bad reputation because of him. Our taxes are fucked. Like, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, bro. He needs to get the fuck out of here.
I heard you box.
He already got out. Sorry.
No. I heard you box, actually. Just talking about
I do.
politics and war between different political parties. But I heard you box, and it sounds like you were pretty good. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, no, I've been boxing my whole life, martial arts. I did Muay Thai since I was 11 years old up until 14, and then I switched to boxing, and I've been boxing since then. And I have over 10 fights. And yeah, I've been doing it my whole life. It's a lifestyle for me. You know, I always will train boxing. I always love the sport. And I think it's the best sport in the world because I think it's the most difficult sport in the world. So
why would you say it's the most difficult? 'Cause I remember I had a wrestler and a boxer, and they were going back and forth between what's the most difficult sport, which sport you have to train harder. And
boxing is much more difficult.
Why?
Because, bro, first of all, the threat of death is so much more in boxing than any sport, even MMA. Boxing is the hardest sport in the world, from mentally to physically. It's the most. I've done it. I'm telling you, it's difficult, bro. It takes very, very, very strong, big balls to do boxing, to actually fight. Bro, if you're going to go play a basketball game, cool. That's fine. I don't care. However, don't compare it to me playing with balls to fighting another man. Don't compare that ever in any realm. You can't. It's so difficult, bro. You have to literally risk your life in front of everyone watching you, especially if you're up there. Like, the whole world is watching you fight another man, where you could end up getting knocked out cold in one punch. It only takes one punch. And knowing this, you still have to go in with a confident mindset and hope for the best. And if you have the balls to do that, I applaud you more than any other sport. If you have the balls to go play with balls, soccer or basketball, whatever. That's why I think the training, it's so difficult, bro. Like, it's just...
Boxing, do you see any connection with boxing and life?
Oh, yeah, of course. It's chess. Boxing is chess, bro. Boxing is discipline. If you box, then you automatically learn so much discipline because it's impossible not to, number one. Number two, it's a mental game. Boxing is complete chess. If you're fighting somebody, you literally have to play chess. You have to outsmart them, hit and not get hit. And life is chess too. You have to be disciplined, of course. You have to hit life without getting hit by life as much as possible. It's a complete reflection of life, and it's helped me throughout. I'm so happy. My kids will box. My kids will go into a martial art. They will learn discipline because it truly translates to your life. I recommend anybody watching this, you should box, or you should, man especially, you should fight. You should know how to fight. You notice how I said so many things. I didn't even include the ability to fight as being one of the pros, because that's there, but it actually has truly so many life lessons you could take from it. So yeah, boxing is like amazing.
So we talked about boxing, relationships, politics.
Let's talk more on relationships.
Let's go, man. I mean, tell me about...
Do you think men and women could be friends? Only friends, platonic, and I don't mean acquaintances. I mean friends, BFFs, going to movies together alone, going on to restaurants alone. What do you think, bro? Because you're older than me. So
I think honestly, I think when men and women become friends like that, somebody always wants to get in someone's pants.
Correct.
Usually the man.
I made a video about this. Of course, the man. Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Usually, I made it. Not usually. I made a video recently speaking on this, and I got a lot of controversy. And I was saying, like, men and women could not be friends because obviously the man wants to get in your pants, and he's just too pussy to tell you. So he's gonna be your friend until he could get in your pants one day when you're drunk. Hopefully, cross fingers. After 5 years. So that's literally the. Knowing that, how can you say men and women could be friends? And you girls that think that guy is your best friend, gain 200 pounds and see if he wants to ever look at you again. Be your friend. What can he get from you that he can't get from his male friends only platonically? The only extra value you could provide outside of that is sex. Like literally, bro. That's the reality of life. But it's smart for girls to keep a man as a friend. I'll tell you why. Because it's a value exchange. Life is a value exchange, correct? So, just like in a business, somebody pays someone for a service or a product. I've said this before. The same way in relationships, you exchange value, right? So what does a man get from being friends with a girl versus what a girl gets from being friends with a guy? If a girl is friends with a guy, number one, they're walking outside alone. She has protection. Number two, if a bill comes up, personally me, I'm not letting no girl pay. So you get that, the financial value. What does the girl get in return? I mean, what does the guy get in return? He doesn't even. What is that? What personality? They're gonna talk, have jokes. He could do that with his friends. So why would he be friends with you other than sex? Friends. Like, why would he be friends with you? If me personally, I'm with a girl, and you could be acquaintances, right? You could be in a group, but friends is a different thing. If I'm with a girl, then I'm trying to engage in a romantic relationship with them, and I have the balls to stand there and tell them. And if they say no, plenty of fish in the sea. But I'm not going to sit there holding my dick, waiting for a girl to one day, as my friend, get drunk to fucking have sex with me. Why would I do that? You know
what do you call men like that?
Pussies. Gay. They're gay. They want to get with the girl, but in reality, they're gay. Promise you. They're gay.
Wow. Okay, so you heard it, man. I mean... being a friend with someone of the opposite sex and you're not doing anything, there's something going on there. There's something going on.
And it's very smart for girls. That's what girls do, bro. They get guys and they lead them on and then have them trapped there, and they're just extracting value. So
you're saying the woman's more trying to get a free dinner?
Yes. And protection. Of course. It benefits her, bro. She's around that guy. Like the guy is there for her anytime. What does the guy? So
you're saying like more men should probably know, like, hey, if you're friends, man, like you're not getting anything, so maybe you should like dip.
100%, bro. Why are you friends? Like, what does that do for you? If you're not getting romantic value, what are you doing? Like, what is that gonna give you? Another thing I got very controversy from. I did an interview. I was interviewing these two girls and they're in their 30s. And I was saying, like, what are you guys doing? And then they're like, oh, we're going to the club. It's a girls' night out. Ooh, cool. And then I'm like, oh, cool. And then she said she had a boyfriend. I'm like, so your boyfriend lets you out alone with your girls to go drink at 12 a.m. to a club? How does that work? She's like, of course, it's a girls' night out. Ooh, girls' night. I'm like, okay. And then I posted that and the comments were like, you're insecure. You wouldn't let your girl go out. Why would I let my girl go to a club, a place where men go to fuck and sleep with women, drink? Why would I put my woman in that scenario? It's not about insecurity. It's about safety. The same way I wouldn't let my mother go or my sister go there, the same way I wouldn't let my woman go. It's not because I'm scared a guy's going to come raise her up. No. I'm scared a guy's going to put something in a drink. And I'm responsible for her safety, meaning that I should have the authority to make that decision in the relationship, right? If whenever my girl gets someone trying to sleep with them or someone trying to lay a hand on them, I have to be there to protect her, then I get the right to tell her not to put herself in that position, no? That's how I think, but I got a lot of controversy. What do you think?
I definitely think a man should have the right to tell his girl, where to go, and she should listen. I do. That's a value that I think is missing in relationships today, where the woman feels that she has power over the man, or she can just do whatever she wants in a relationship. I don't think that's a good thing. Now, I want to know where that value is coming from inside of you, because I know where mine's is. Mine's coming from the Bible. I read the Bible and I see that a woman should submit to her husband. You seem like you have a very similar perspective. Where did that come from? Is it just instinct? Is it your upbringing, your faith? Like, I don't know.
That's life, bro. That's how marriage is, right? The father hands the woman over to the man and says, she is now your responsibility.
But a lot of people don't think like that.
Yeah, because the society has taught them not to and accepted when they don't. However, let's not ignore the fact that for the whole human period, up until the last 20 years, it's been like that. Mm-hmm. So my question is not your question shouldn't be where mine comes from. Mm-hmm. It should be where others people concept of the woman being the dominant part of the relationship comes from, because that doesn't work. Because what's the point? You're not a man then if you're having your girl control you, everything you do. Mm-hmm. So that's where it comes from, bro. Like,
so what about equality, feminism? I mean, like, a woman like feels empowered. Like, yeah, I'm special. I should get paid the same. I should. I mean, that's the sentiment of the culture today. Yeah. What's wrong with that?
It's not wrong with that. This men's fault, bro. All that is men. All that feminism bullshit only goes on because men allow it to. Mm-hmm. Men are pussy enough to allow it. Mm. A girl would submit to a man if the man was a man. But since there's no men out here who are actually men, not boys, men like me, obviously they're not going to submit to him. What are they going to submit to? Some guy who works in Starbucks? Why would they do that? What is he going to do? If you get a big 6-foot man who's financially secure, who's physically capable, boxer, why would you not submit to him? Of course you're going to submit. But a lot of girls don't have the luxury of that, so they have to. There's not a lot of men out here who are willing to, you know what I'm saying?
So those girls that you see at the clubs for a girls' night out, how would you label those women? Like,
that's fine. If you're not in a relationship, you're looking for a partner. Of course, all the millionaires hang out at the clubs anyways. You can go ahead and try to, find yours. But if you're in a relationship with a man at the club, first of all, why are you going without him? Why do you even want to be there without him? Why do you want to be in an environment where there's men trying to literally fuck? That's all they're trying to do in the club. Why? That's all men go to do. No one's going there to listen to freaking Drake just with drinks. Nah, they're trying to fuck, okay? And why would I want my lady to do that? So why would she do that?
Okay, so a question. So now that you're saying that everybody that's going to the club, especially the guys, they're going there to have sex. Would you say that going to a club then is the right place or the best place to find a wife?
Fuck no. No, because a lot of girls who go to clubs alternately let a bunch of guys sleep with them. They're easy to speak to and sleep with, right? So, although they're looking for husbands there because the men there are high status a lot of the time, or a good amount of time, the women there aren't, because they're already at the club having a lot of guys speaking to them, this and that, right? So that's why it's different. But I think that a better place for women to, you know what? Like, women's value, like I said, is on beauty. So they're trying to display it. Like I told you, bro, like, a girl is infinite options. So they just got to pick. That's it.
So you're saying a woman's value is her beauty. What about her character? Because I see a lot of...
loyalty is another thing.
Because I see a lot of people with beautiful wives or beautiful women, a lot of famous stars marrying, but they're all getting divorced.
Yeah, character matters, bro, because they're not
loyal.
Loyal.
So why is it that us men tend to chase after women that are beautiful when beauty never holds down a marriage or holds down a relationship? It's usually the character.
It's the starting point, right? You're not going to even go for the woman unless she's beautiful in the first place, right? So that's what I mean by beauty. Like, that's the first thing. And also, a woman with a guy, she is his status, right? If I have a woman beside me, then she's my status. People are going to judge me off of her. So her beauty does absolutely matter. However, when it comes to our personal relationship, number one, she obviously must be loyal, right? Number two, she must be submissive. Number three, she must listen. She must be there for me. She must be a good mother to my children, or else it's not going to work out completely. But the beauty matters in the first place. And when you look at society from a societal standpoint, The beauty absolutely matters.
What age should women start having children?
As young as possible. As young as possible, of course. If they can find a
When you
mating
say as
partner.
young as possible, people can get pregnant pretty young.
No, well, yeah, okay. Not as young as possible in terms of that, but obviously after like 18, 19
Yeah.
years old, they should already start thinking about settling down.
How many kids do you think women should have? Should they have a
We're
lot
gonna get
of
controversy.
kids? Go, say it, man. Say it.
As many as they can. I feel like life's beauty is life.
So like 10 kids.
If they can, why not? I mean, what stops people from having kids? What's the stopping factor? You tell me. It's a question.
Yeah,
Why would a person not want to have infinite versions of themselves to carry on their legacy and their bloodline?
I think they're focused on their career. They want to
Bullshit.
make it
What
in
career?
life.
Girls?
Yeah.
Bro, but if you have a man who's going to provide for you already, why don't you just be a housewife?
Yeah, but people are saying that it's hard to survive. I mean, like
Of
you
course.
need 2 incomes.
So that's what stops people from having kids, financial, right? Finance. So of course you shouldn't be popping out kids if you have no other man around you not an actual man around you, but if you have a man who you know who works, who's financially good, and he could provide for you and he could keep you held down while you're a housewife and you're taking care of the kids, why should you not? I think that's the only thing that stops them.
Do you think marriage is important? And be honest.
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because it's beautiful. I think a man and a woman together with both their qualities and abilities merged, I think it's the most beautiful thing in the world, and I think that it's unbeatable, inseparable. However, marrying the right people is also a key in that. It has to be perfect for you to actually marry, right? That's why you have so many divorces now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the idea of marriage and all these vows, it actually means that you're never gonna break up. If you're married, hey, you're one person, right? But a lot of these people, they just break their promise. So that you have to be the fit partners for each other completely.
Do you think faith is important for... is faith an important factor in life?
Yeah, of course. It's very important, bro. Faith in religion, 100%, bro. That's what keeps you grounded. That's what stops you from answering the door when the devil knocks, right? If you're faithful and you have God within you, you have morals and values, that's the only thing that's going to stop you. When you get opportunities, when you get success, when you get money, more knocks come from the devil. And you have to be able to say no. And I think the biggest thing that can stop you from saying yes is God. So I truly believe that God can solve everything in the society. If everybody believed in God and truly follow the values and morals, we would be in a much better place. But you have these celebrities like Lil Nas twerking on the devil, it's never going to get there. So that's why I believe, me personally, as a content creator and person who's trying to become an entrepreneur and trying to become a successful entrepreneur, I'm going to be faithful my whole life because I'm raised that way. I'm not Canadian. I was born in Armenia. I don't have a westernized mindset. Of course, I'm perspicacious, like I said, so I'm going to navigate around the society in a smart way. I'm going to talk to people with energy that fits the situation. However, how I think is not Western. I think very traditional.
Some people might say that the way you think is chauvinistic. It's archaic. It insults women. It puts down women, because it sounds like what you're saying is that, well, men should be the leaders. Women should listen to the men. What would you say to a person that says that to you?
I think they're listening, but they're not hearing. I think that's absolutely not what I'm saying. I'm saying a woman should listen to a man only if the man plays his part, which is to protect the woman infinitely, to always be there for her, never let anything happen to her, provide her freedom to do whatever she wants, but part-time, not a full-time job where she's incapable of having children and spreading the seed. So I would say they're not listening to me, bro. That's not what I'm saying at all. I think women are the best thing. I have women in my life, so many women in my life. When women are beautiful, women are needed, bro. They're mothers. Life wouldn't continue without women.
So you're just saying that men and women have their place to play, and once it's played right, everything's harmonious, and the woman's taken care of, the man's taken care of, but it has to be done in a traditional way.
Yeah, completely. I think that's when shit fucks up, when a girl tries to do what guys do and the guy tries to do what girls do. that's when everything fucks up. When the girl tries to work full time and the guy tries to smoke weed all day and not do work and just becomes a bitch, I think that's where everything falls in society. And family is truly the strongest thing that can keep a society going. And you're right, I do think it's harmonious if a family is intact correctly, like mine is, for example, like my parents. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. Women are absolutely, they're so amazing. Their value is insane. They can provide life. That's like the craziest thing in the world. I respect women a lot. However, I kind of frown on the women who don't respect themselves, who are promiscuous, who choose many guys to sleep with, right? They don't keep the gate because they're the gatekeepers. They don't keep it properly. So that's why I'm saying, I'm just trying to teach people how people are, how men are. The girl who thinks that sleeping with 50 guys is okay, it's not, because no one respects you. So how is that okay? You don't want to be respected? You don't want to marry a guy? No one's going to marry you and have kids with you.
So are you saying that most guys that come across women that sleep around a lot, they don't really respect those kind of women?
They don't, bro, because listen, guys want what other men can't have, right? So why would they choose to wife a girl that men have already had, multiple men have already had? It doesn't make sense. Why? They don't want to do that. This is how men think. It's a hyper-competitive world in the masculine realm. This is what men do. Every car you buy, every car you look at, other men want. Every dollar you make, other men want. Every woman you speak to, other men want. So why would you go for a woman that men have already had? Virginity female promiscuity has been looked down upon since the beginning of time, bro. Like every book you read, every history book you read, there's never a woman who was celebrated for sleeping with men. However, there's many kings who had many women. And that goes down to biology too. Because before modern science came, before you can get DNA tests and find out who the dad and mom is, before, if a guy sleeps with 10 women, you know who the mom is and who the dad is. But if a girl sleeps with 10 men, you have no idea who the father is. So it comes down to that too. It's biology.
You said something a little earlier about faith being important. If everybody believed in God, the world would be a better place, kind of thing. But what about those people that say, I'm positive without God? I live a moral life. I don't need God. I don't need this faith stuff. It's all fake. It's all phony. Like, this religion is just made to control people. What would you say about that?
I see the viewpoint they're coming from too. I'm a big believer in there's no light without dark. I mean, yeah, so there's no light without dark and there's no dark without light. So I personally believe in God because there's so much dark in the world. So there's so much devil. There's kids dying. There's so much bad things happening, right? Murder, stabbing. So if there's that much bad, I think to myself, surely there must be that much good. There has to be good, right? To stop the bad. So there's different there's different definitions of God, right? So you have God in a societal aspect. So you can look at God you have a God as an ideology, right? So people say God isn't real, but if my belief in God is making me act a certain way, does that make God real? Technically, he's real. Because if I didn't think he's real, then I would be acting a different way.
Right.
So if I think he's real, and because of that thought, I'm choosing to not murder that person, or I'm choosing to not steal, then that makes him real. And apply this to a major scale society. If, for example, in Dubai, most people believe in God, right? They're Allah, right? Muslim. If all those people's unity of belief is causing the society to be such a safe place where you can leave your wallet in a restaurant and literally leave, and then 2 days later come back, nobody has touched it. If because of the belief of God, nobody steals, nobody acts a certain way, nobody murders, nobody does this and that, don't you think that God is real because of that? So you have that viewpoint as ideology. You have the direct viewpoint of God being a man sitting on a big chair. That I understand why people don't know that, because they just can't convince themselves that magic is real, which is understandable. But I think that it's subjective. If a person feels something where he feels it inside them, God, like they think it's a miracle, I think he's real. I think that makes him real to that person, and I think that's fine. It's subjective. Maybe objectively it's not like a scientific, okay, there's a man. How could there be a man where, what do you mean? Like, how could there be a big man who controls everything, who just snapped his finger and made us? Yeah, cool. People are entitled to their belief, but I think you can't mix reasoning with like reasoning and science with spiritual conversations, because that's where
You think they don't mix?
I don't think they mix, because obviously science will win.
Why do you
Right.
say that?
Because you can't scientifically prove the existence of God. Like truly, like prove it, like certainly. You know, you can say, oh, this, that. You can't fully prove it. And the people who only believe in science are never gonna sit there and say, you're right, God is real because of that. But if they understand, like, okay, I believe in this spiritual realm, then then they can subjectively say, okay.
But doesn't science point to the idea that there is something that brings all things into being?
Yeah, true. That's actually true as well. Science does, because if science can't explain how we came, then one of those theories of how we came could definitely be God. However, a lot of people who are atheists, they don't even know, bro. They don't even study, so they can't even.
So are atheists, like, can atheists be good people?
Oh, of course. I know a lot of atheists who are good people. I used to be an atheist too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
So how did you jump from an atheist to, I don't
not,
know what.
not a full-on atheist.
Yeah,
When
it's
I
more
say atheist, I
agnostic.
mean in a different way of God, I believed.
Okay.
I had my morals and everything, but I believed in him like that, like ideology, as I mentioned before. But then I had experiences which led me to him directly, and so
Do you feel comfortable sharing them? Yeah.
oh
Or
experiences,
something? Oh, yeah.
bro.
If you don't want it, it's okay.
Yeah, like some stuff happened to me. Like, I don't know. You just feel him. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have a change in where you look life, how you view life. When you have certain successes, you start to think like something is bringing this to me. Something is bringing this energy.
And you can feel that.
You can feel it. Like I'm at a stage right now where I didn't think I could be like a year ago. If a year ago you told me I'd be averaging like 50 million views and I'd be having such a big network, I have such close brothers with me all the time, like loyal people, you start to feel, and you see other people don't have that, you start to feel like, okay, maybe like there has to be something that's bringing these blessings to me. And then also tough situations where maybe girls, you know, breaking up with girls, or maybe near-death experiences and stuff like that. So that brings you closer to God. That makes you feel like there's something.
Now, you said closer to God. Is there a particular... Okay, well, before I even get to that question, there's a lot of different religions in this world. Are they all the same?
No. I think if you believe in more than one God, I don't think that's valid. Right?
Because
However,
Hindus, there's about 1 billion Hindus in the world.
I don't believe in that, because I don't believe the word God means one God, isn't it? So like it means the one and almighty. So,
But why does there have to be one God? Why can't there be a 1,000 gods?
because then it's not gods. Because God, what does God mean? If you search it up, it means the one almighty or something like that. It's one person though. If you multiply that, then it becomes plural. And plural and God can't be a thing to me. That's why I don't understand.
So when you now have God and then you have all these other religions, so you're saying they're not the same. What about the faiths that all claim they believe in one God? Are they the same? Like, for instance,
In
you
a
got
way they
Muslims,
are.
you got Christians, you got Jews, but they're all fighting. Are they all the same?
In a way, of course they are, because they have one kind of, it doesn't matter what they believe, like their belief may be not the same, but the way they act is they surrender to God and they have a lot of values. So in a way they're the same mindset wise, right? But they fight each other, which is wrong, because right now we have so much evil and devil going around that it's not a matter of religion versus religion, it's religion versus no religion. So that's why I think people should shift their mindset. That's why I have so many Muslim friends. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. My fight is against evil, not other religious people. We're cousins. That's how I can put it. I think we're all cousins in a way.
How does someone go to heaven?
How does someone go to heaven? I think,
From your perspective.
yeah, I think that someone earns their spot in heaven by living their life pure, trying to help others, understanding that God gave them miracle by giving them arms, legs, eyes, ears, everything, and tries to actually make a use with all of those resources, tries to actually utilize everything God gave them, wakes up grateful every day. I think that's how you earn your spot into heaven. Like if you have good intentions and you try to be better every day, I think that's the best way. When you snake people and when you become lazy, God hates lazy people. God hates people who especially snake the innocent, right? Take advantage of others.
Is there such thing as a hell?
I have no idea, bro. But
What do you
I
think?
believe so because I think there's a heaven. So I think there's no dark without light. So if there's a heaven, has to be an equal force, right? There has to be a punishment.
Who goes to hell?
The people who do the things I mentioned. The people who don't take advantage of their resources. They become lazy. They never try to get better. God frowns upon those people. He put you on this earth to be a soldier, right? He sent you to do something that's going to help the world in some way. It doesn't have to be major, but it has to be some way. He gave you a brain that has the potential to be so smart that it could literally change how people live for the rest of the human time. So if you don't put that to work, then I think he's going to frown upon you. So I think that's where you don't get accepted into heaven. I don't know if you go to hell, but you don't get accepted into heaven.
Right.
That's what I believe, though.
What are your thoughts about Jesus?
Lord and Savior.
Why not someone else? Like, Hindu's out of the question. What about some other famous rabbi or some other prophet out there? Why do you say
That's just how
Jesus
I was
is your
raised.
Lord and Savior?
That's how I was raised. That's what I was taught. That's just where I've been. The church. I'm a Christian Orthodox, so that's where I've been raised and taught. So that's where my belief originated from. And yeah, like I haven't read the Bible fully, but I really want to. And I also want to read the Quran. And I want to learn to and investigate. But right now, I'm born into a Christian Orthodox family. I am a Christian Orthodox. However, I'm not too deep into it.
Right.
Like, I'm not too deep into the story, too deep into this and that. I just believe in God and good right now. But I do plan on investigating, you know?
From the best of your knowledge, why do you think Jesus came to this world?
I think Jesus came into this world to provide a path for everyone else. I think he came to show what it's like to be an example, like show what you should be like, right, in order to earn your spine to heaven. And yeah, like to just help people, guide people, and to eventually sacrifice himself for our sins and to forgive us all and to allow us to a better future and to have him in mind and have that in mind when we do move in the future.
You know, I used to run the streets in the wrong way. I'm on the streets a lot, and I know that you're involved with the urban community. And I grew up in church. It sounds like you kind of grew up in a similar setting, but I didn't really see the significance of faith because I didn't see how it really applied. It didn't help me make money. It didn't help me find girls. It didn't help me get accepted. From my story, I found myself in a lot of rough and shady places. I grew up in a neighborhood that was kind of sketchy. I read the Bible and I realized that like you, there is a heaven, there is a hell, there is a God. And, that brought a shift in my life where Jesus became the center point of my life. And when I think about Jesus, definitely I agree with you. He came, to set an example. And he also did make a way. This is what I believe. He made a way for simple human beings that fail every day to be forgiven. And he did that by dying for us. The very death that we deserve because of our sins, he took our place and offered the forgiveness of God. So I see Jesus as the mercy of God being extended to us. And that's why I believe that it's important to believe in Jesus, because if you don't accept Jesus and he's the one who died on the cross and God sent him to die on the cross for us, then how else can we be forgiven? How else can our sins be paid for other than by our own sweat, blood, and tears, which what's the cost of holiness? What's the cost of forgiveness? Is it just being a good person for the moment, or is it an eternal place of punishment in hell? And so when I read the Bible, it kind of gives that dichotomy. It's like God is holy, we are not.
Yeah.
There needs to be a bridge. Jesus is that bridge.
Yeah.
Now, if you deny the bridge, you're stuck. Is that kind of how you were brought up?
Yeah, you put it into much better words than me.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, good. That's amazing. I respect that a lot, by the way. And Yeah, 100%. That's exactly the way I was raised from my parents to my grandparents and to everyone in my family. My country, Armenia, is where I'm from. Has been
Armenia is actually the first nation in the world that ever accepted
adopt Christianity as a state religion. Correct.
Oh,
Yeah,
so that's like that's important.
Oh, that's very important, bro. We've been genocided by Turkey. A lot of people don't accept that, and we've always stood on our ground because of.
They don't talk about the Armenian genocide.
They don't. Of course.
Why?
Because of course they're gonna suppress it.
Why?
Because they don't care about that shit. They don't care. Number one. Number two, it doesn't benefit them to talk about it. We're small, and what does it benefit them to speak about us? Who, Turkey? You're talking about Turkey?
No, I'm talking about why do they talk about the Jews, 6 million Jews being killed, but they never talk about probably a very equivalent amount of Armenians. 1.5 million,
which is
Armenians,
a very high amount.
and many of them were crucified.
Yeah, bro. They would come into homes, they would murder and then cut the ears off and hang it by the door to signify that this house has been already demolished.
Why do you think the Turkish did that?
Religion, I think. It's religion.
So why were they so against Christianity?
Because they think that they think that their version of they're Muslim. I don't think they're Muslim, like correct Muslim, but their version, God sent them to do that, I think. And they wanted our land, right? Because you have a bunch of countries, and Armenia is a small country that's Christian and in between a bunch of Muslim countries, and they wanted to take over that, and they wanted to convert us into Muslims, but we refuse to do so because we're not like that. We're very prideful, and if we stand for something, we stand for it, and we die before we conform to the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we refused to, and as a result, had 1.5 million Armenians dead, tortured, had a bunch fleeing to different nations like Syria, Lebanon, until this day. Even Turkey, they flee too. So, yeah, that's what I think it is.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How is relationships with Turkish people now?
I'm not a person who will go up to everyone that's from a specific culture and just because.
I mean, just in the culture, like, yeah. I mean, is there like.
Oh, in terms of.
Because I know, like, Ethiopia and Eritrea, two nations, they had a bitter war with each other. Ukraine and Russia, you have the Palestinians and the Jews, and now you have the Turkish and the Armenians.
They don't like each other.
It's tight.
They don't like it. They don't like each other. And Azerbaijan, right beside us too, allies with Turkey, they don't like us. No, we don't like each other, and that's just what it is. And that's not because of us; that's because of them. They still attack us, Azerbaijan.
Till this day.
Of course, there's a constant war going on 24/7, bro. And the thing is, what Armenia is that if we stop fighting, it's peace. I mean, no, if we stop fighting, war goes on. But if they stop fighting, it's peace. Because we don't attack, we defend. But they attack constantly, even after ceasefires. And they attack at crucial points. When COVID was happening in 2020, they attacked. When big wars and the world is distracted is going on, like when the world is distracted, they take advantage and they attack. And a lot of the times they break moral, bro. They kill innocent people. They sent them out of their houses in Artsakh, which is a place in Armenia.
Wow.
So, yeah, bro, it's insane. That's just how it is,
crazy.
Bro. That's how it is. That's how the world we live in, though. That's how it's always been. And
what was the drive in the Armenian community to hold Christianity for 2,000 years in the middle of changing politics, in the middle of being surrounded by Muslim nations? What's the drive in the Armenian community to say, no, I'm Christian, we're standing on, like, what's that about?
The nation, the mindset we have as Armenians, we're prideful. We're never backing down. I'm a principled man. We're all principled there. If we believe something and we believe it to be ours, we're going to defend it, and we'll die before we don't defend it, before we accept something else. That's how Armenians are. If you meet Armenians, I'm not sure if you have, they're very prideful, just like myself, and very principled. We're good with everyone, very pure. However, whenever it comes to people who try to switch our mindset, try to take over, we'll never back down. And that's how I am. And that's how I choose to be for the rest of my life too. So that's how I'm raised. You know what I'm saying? And in Armenia, everybody's one. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're one. Everyone's together. If I meet an Armenian, I'm automatically, the attitude towards each other is like family, neighbors. That's how we are.
I'm going to throw out a name.
Go ahead.
Kim Kardashian. What do you think?
Freaking not Armenian. I don't claim her. The fuck? Listen, I don't claim her. Because she's not too good of a reflection of Armenians, you know what I mean? She has like a sex tape, you know what I mean? That's kind of degenerate. Or, okay, put Armenia to the side. Is she a good reflection of Christianity?
Nah.
There we go. That's my answer to you. Very Western, you know what I mean? She's her origins are Armenian, but she's not Armenian. She doesn't think like an Armenian. So I can't accept her into Armenia. She's cool in the USA. She's an American, whatever. Kanye, you know, he did him dirty, but it's cool. That's how it goes sometimes.
That's how it goes, man. It's life.
Yeah. What do you think? I want to speak to you about. Yeah. Let me see. What do you think about men who, like we were mentioning before, like they don't have a purpose. They just live to live. They're just couch potatoes. What do you think? What do you think? Because you came up from what year were you born in?
80.
80. So you're 1 year older than my parents.
Yeah.
So, I mean, younger than my parents. 1 year younger than my parents. In that time, men were more masculine, no?
Yeah.
Men were raised with discipline much more than they are now, right? With less freedom to do whatever they want.
We didn't have money thrown at us. We didn't have the internet. We didn't, we didn't have cars so easy. You had to work hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I was working since the age of 9.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted money, you had to get a job.
Yeah, and how were women? Were women as promiscuous? Were they sleeping with everyone?
No, not like today. I mean, they started to in the mid 90s, but it wasn't as bad as today, man. I mean, you look in the 80s, people still wore dresses to the club. You know,
modesty was much bigger.
Even the love music, the R&B in those days was about finding a wife or, you know, how beautiful you are. Nowadays, it's just like, yo, let me get in your pants kind of thing. So it was really different.
It's interesting, bro. Like, that's how it is, bro. And a woman nowadays is fucked, bro. Like, another thing is, I don't know if we can talk about this, rape.
Talk about it, man.
I had that on my mind, too, because I seen a case of a girl accusing a guy of rape, and he ended up being, it was a false accusation, too. And that was crazy to me, too, how that goes on nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And
is that like happening a lot, like in the younger generation, like are people like just raping people, or I mean, that's a silly question. I mean, obviously most people think.
No, it's not. It's not a silly question. It's true. It does happen, bro.
Like, are people putting like chemicals in people's drinks?
It happens. It happens. Of course, it has its good share of occurrences, but like girls too, they have to be careful, man. Like I told you, bro, they put themselves in scenarios where they're susceptible to that. And then it happens to them, and they blame it on women don't take self-accountability. They like to blame it on other things. So that will happen to them, and they'll start blaming it on this and that. Oh my God, the guy, whatever. Okay, yeah, the guy is fucked up. He's a person. He deserves to be, you know, publicly hanged. However, you have to navigate smart. If you know there's guys out there, why are you at the club at 2 a.m. wearing a dress up to here and provoking any man who's drunk enough to do that?
So whose fault is it? Is it the woman's or is it the man's?
Well, from whose perspective? From the man's perspective, it's his fault. But from the woman's perspective, she should take accountability and say it's my fault. Because what's the occurrence? Listen, if she's at home and her house gets broken into, that's different. That's not her fault, of course. But if she's walking down the street alone at 2 a.m. wearing a dress that reveals her panties and has her tits out, and a guy does that, obviously in the future she should be like, yo, what the fuck was I doing? Why am I there? Like by myself at 2 a.m. when my man's at home.
Right.
Why would I do that to myself? When my father's, you know what I'm saying?
What if she
it's her
just
fault.
said, you know, shake what mama gave you, man. I got something beautiful to show, so what?
Bro, show it on Instagram. Why are you at 2 a.m. walking?
But why show it on Instagram, man? I mean, that's just open up the door for...
If you want to take the gamble of having that happen, knowing the occurrences of that happening are so high, then it's on you if it happens to you.
Right.
But
why would it happen? I mean, like, what gives the right for a man now? Okay, I see a sexy girl. Because where do you draw the line? I mean,
no.
I'm like, okay, does every woman have to like kind of cover her face in a full like niqab kind of thing? Like, you can't see me.
Of course, but bro, look, I'll give you an analogy. It's like,
and I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way.
No, I'll give you an analogy. I'll give you an analogy, right? If I'm wearing a Rolex and I'm wearing fucking crazy drip, showing that I'm clearly well off, my chain's out, my rings out, my earrings out, and I'm walking in a hood at 2 a.m. where there's guys in the corner hoodmans out in the corner and I'm walking and I get robbed. Will I blame? Who will I blame? Who should I blame after that? Fuck these guys, bro. They robbed me. How dare they rob me? Why would that happen to me, bro? It's all their fault. No, I'm gonna sit there and say, what the fuck was I doing? Why did I walk with my Rolex out? It's the same way.
Because you're walking around bad people.
But that's what I'm saying. At 2 a.m., you don't know who's a bad person for a girl. You don't know what man has
That's
enough in him to come and do that. You don't know. So
I mean, who goes out in the middle of the night? I mean, most decent people have a job the next day.
Women do that a lot.
No, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
the guys in the street like at 2 o'clock in the morning, they either don't have a job in the morning or they're like, I don't know, they're high out of their minds or they're looking for something.
Correct. So they don't have a job. Why? Because they're not disciplined and they're not able to control their mind. So the same way when they get the urge to rape you, they might just succumb to the urge and have to do it.
So you're saying that maybe it's not a good idea if you're a lady, if you're looking for a man of quality, to go to the clubs?
Maybe it is, but how are you acting within the clubs? Like, are you refraining from talking?
No,
to
but if
anyone?
you're telling me all these guys are going out at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and these are probably like guys that don't have the discipline for the next day.
Yeah,
I mean,
most of them don't, but a lot of them do too.
Some of
There's
them do.
millionaires who are in the club, in the booths. For me, like in the
but
booths.
they're just looking to bang a girl. Are they really
Cool.
looking for a wife?
Probably not, but maybe so. A lot of guys are, because if you're beautiful enough, then they
Right.
might have you as one of their wives.
Right.
But
one of your wives.
One of your wives, but girls are willing to share men at the top. That's the thing too. They are.
Okay, talk about that.
Girls are willing to share men at the top, absolutely. A girl who's getting so much financial things from the guy, absolute security, protection, Bugattis, Lambos, everything she could ask for, and the guy just bangs some chicks on the side, she would be stupid to leave him because she landed the top 1%. This only applies to the top 1% of men. Girls are absolutely willing to. Top 1% of men or top 10% of men actually have, I'll put it like this. 80% of women want the top 10% of men. They don't want no lowlifes. They want high status men. So when they do get it, not willingly trying to share it, obviously, but if he goes and bangs another chick on the side, she'll get mad. They'll start crying for a bit, but they won't leave him because they know they're not going to find another guy. He's too irreplaceable. So that's how women are, and that's how they've been for a long time. All of these guys at the top, they have multiple women unless they choose to be monogamous. But when they choose not to be, the women accept it most of the time. That's how women work.
Interesting. So we got these club situations. You got a woman getting raped in the night, and she should take some ownership for the very fact that she shouldn't be dressed like that, because that time, shady people come out. What if the woman were to say, hey, you know what? Like, I should be allowed to go on the beach nude. I mean, men do it. I mean, what's wrong with a nude beach? I mean, God made this for me. I mean, the original woman in the garden probably didn't have any clothes. So what's the big deal?
Let me see. Bro, come on. Like, what? You want to give everything? Why would a man wife a girl who does that? If a girl has her intimate body parts, then the man wants to be the only one that can see it. So if the girl's going nude in the beach and every man could see it, no guy's gonna wife that. It's devaluing herself.
Devalue, and like you said, the men like a woman who
is modest, who they can
value,
only have,
or has value.
Virgins.
That's
in the Bible too, right?
It is.
So that's just how men work, bro. And girls, like guys, even if they don't admit it, they have slept with women. Because they want a guy to be experienced. They want their man to be the one showing them the world, showing them everything, right? That's why women date older men. Because naturally, instinctually, they want a man that's been through it, has the experience, because they have a sense of security, and it's the guy's job to provide the security. And it's not the woman's. The woman's job is to be there submissive, to have his children, and to be a support system, and to do, if she wants to work, she can work on the part-time. That's the whole dynamic. But it switches up because of modern day bullshit. You know, when we were talking about men and women body counts being different. You women will disagree with you when I say men and women's body count are different, but then the first insult you'll say to your girl whenever she you're having a fight with her is, you slut. Do you think I would ever call my friend a slut when I'm fighting with him, having an argument? If I call him a slut, he'll be like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Girls call each other sluts and whores to insult each other. That's another factor that shows that they believe the same thing, that it's bad to sleep with a bunch of men. They know it, bro. But they just don't want to accept it.
Why do they do it?
Because they don't want to accept it. They don't,
No, but why do they sleep around with a lot of men? Like, if girls...
Because they want to. They have the urge to go and live that life, and their friends are doing it, and they want to fit in more than they want to protect their honor and their pride, right? That's the devil knocking on their door. Same way I could do drugs, but I don't, because I know that's the devil knocking on my door. It's just urges. Life is full of urges, right? And these girls learn the hard way. They're the ones that in the future, when they're 45 and they realize nobody wants them because they're already done out. They don't look good anymore, because we talked about how beauty was the number one thing. Then they have the crisis, and then they get into a depression and go to drugs, right? So they could, in life, as a man and as a woman, you could either learn things the hard way or the harder way. The hard way is usually to resist an urge that comes, and the harder way is to not resist the urge and then face the consequences of not resisting the urge. So if I'm driving a car and I decide to speed, the hard way for me to learn a lesson not to speed would be for me to just not speed and resist the urge to speed. But the harder way would be for me to speed and hit another car or hit a tree and lose my legs, and then I promise you I would never speed after that. Or if I totaled my car, I promise you I would never speed after that. That's just how life is. You have to resist the urge, or you have to not resist the urge and learn the hard way, harder way. So that's what it is with women.
How good are you still in boxing?
Bro.
If you stepped in a ring right now, do you think you would win, come close to winning, or?
Of course, bro. I'm a G. I've been doing it my whole life, bro. Shit, I mean, anyone that wants it, you could get it, but you have to be relevant enough for me to fight you. Feel me? Like, I'm down to fight. I've been fighting my whole life. You look at me doing content and this and that. Don't think I do funny shit. Don't think I don't know how to fight, bro. I've been doing it, and I'm not the one that only says it too. Look at my teammates. I got my boy Surya the Flash. That's my brother. Do you know Surya?
No.
Surya the Flash is my it's my brother, bro. You guys don't know. He has a fight coming up. That's my boy. He's national champ. Second, he's in rank number 2 in Canada. He's provincial champ, multiple. He's my homie. He has a fight coming up on April 17th as well as the 26th. Guys better all be there. But yeah, he's like a training partner of mine too. He's been training. He's like trying to be a pro boxer. He could vouch for me. Anyone who sparred me, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? I've sparred some guys who are up there in the state. Like, I know what I'm doing, bro. I've been doing this shit my whole life. Like, I'm technical.
So you're putting it out there.
I'm done, bro. I've been a boxer. I've been had that in my identity. Just people don't know because they don't research me enough. But I'm a boxer.
Did you ever go pro?
Bro, I got offered a pro contract. I didn't take it.
Oh, so you're good.
I got offered a pro. I was supposed to be in Mexico right now stacking up fights. I just didn't take it because there's no money in it. Right now, I want to make money. I'm more interested in... Listen, I could have made boxing a career. However, I analyzed it. And, you know... If I had nothing else, if there was no other opportunity for me to make money and succeed, I would do it. Yeah. But because there's somewhere else that if I put the same amount of discipline into, I can earn a crazy amount of money and provide security for the ones around me as fast, as well as I could also have a name for myself that way too. I decided to shift my energy there because that's just more effective for me personally. But I got offered a pro contract, bro. I could have been a pro right now. I could still take it if I want, but I won't because there's not enough money in it. It's long-term money. The only people who are really banking are the top world champions, you know, and it takes a long time to get there. So, yeah, that's just my choice.
So what if I told you I was a boxer?
Let's go. I'm about to sparring. I can spar for a video. I'll do it. I'll spar anyone. I don't care.
You think you could take me out?
How long you box for? How much do you weigh?
I'll be at 170.
Oh, I'm 172. We could do it. Do you box?
Oh, wait, you gotta step in the ring to find out.
All right, let's go.
I said I was a boxer.
I'm about it. Hey, listen, if you want to, I'll spar. Friendly spar, I'm down. Anytime, bro.
Okay.
Anytime. I don't care.
All right.
Yeah, bro. I'm a grown man. I don't give a shit. I fight. Bro, I've sparred so many rounds in my life. Like, I'm past the stage of... Bro, I just fight to fight, bro. Like, okay. I love fighting, bro. That's just... Like, I love it. I'm doing it since a kid, you know what I'm saying? So, it's, like, in me.
All right.
Pause.
All right, let's set it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Deadass, you want to spar?
Let's go.
For a video?
Well, not now.
Not now, yeah, of course, but if
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
down,
we
can
don't
do
have our gloves and stuff like that, but
about it, bro. Let's
let's
do it.
do it.
I'll message you. Comment down below if you want to see me and Big Man here spar. Listen, you have the years on me, but I have the experience on you. We'll see who wins.
You heard it, man. I mean, you got street preacher, boxer, street preacher, and my boy right here. So that'll be an interesting fight.
Of course.
All right.
So did you ever?
How long do you need to train?
I don't need to train.
Oh, you're ready to go.
I'm ready, bro. I'm always
Okay.
ready. I'm in shape 24/7.
Always in
Truly,
shape.
I'm actually in shape 24/7.
Okay.
People around me know. I work out every day, no exceptions. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good to go. Why do you want to fight? Do you want to test yourself? Like, do you want to see if
well, I've been doing taekwondo for a long time and boxing for
Oh
a
shit,
pretty decent amount of time.
that's sick.
So.
Did you ever fight like amateurs or?
Not professional.
Amateur? Like,
I'm
did
more
you-
in the amateur.
So
world.
did you have
not really.
sanctioned fights? No?
Just behind the scenes fights.
That's cool, bro. Why not? Like, what made you get into that?
Well, I've always been into sports, man. I was always athletic.
So you agree with me when I say that boxing is the hardest sport?
I agree.
Like, it's
Yeah.
fucked, right?
It's
I know. So
out of all the martial arts I've done. I mean, I've done judo, I've done taekwondo, I've done aikido, I've done karate. Yeah, boxing is intense.
it's insane, bro. The
But I think
cardio.
it's also the schools too. Like I'm sure, like if I went to the mountains in Shanghai or something like that and hung out with those kung fu guys, maybe I might change my mind about boxing. But from what I know, boxing is
Yeah, bro. It's insane,
Yeah.
bro. The discipline is crazy.
yeah.
Cardio is fucked, bro. It's different, bro.
It's a lot.
not the same type of earned conditioning as like running and shit. You could run, but bro, when you're getting punched in that third round, when you're tired of shit and you literally have to throw up and there's a guy trying to punch you in the face and take your head off, it's a different type of fucking shit you enter, bro. I swear, you become a demon. Yeah.
Well, listen, it's been really good having you, man,
Thank you,
and
bro.
Rah
You as well.
King, and wow, you shared a lot of wisdom. And do you have any last words to anybody listening, or anything you wanna just I don't know say before we close?
Yeah, bro. I have a lot. Like, my last words is pretty much to, try your best, whatever you do. You feel me? Because time runs out. You think that you have time, and bro, anything is possible. It's such a cliche. I know I say it, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we heard it before. Anything is possible." But bro, I promise you, you'll be amazed at what you could do. You guys watching have literally every resource available to earn whatever amount of money you want, to get in whatever physical shape you want, to be as smart as you want to be. You have the resources, bro. If you're watching this, you have the resource to get off this after, finish it first, and then go on YouTube and learn something. You can do anything you want. If you apply yourself, master the art of discipline, and you're good. That's what I have to say.
Awesome.
And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm only 19, so I'm trying to master it too. I'm not perfect anyway, but I'm trying. And
Awesome.
that's it.
Well, thank you, Rah King, for coming on out, and I hope you enjoyed this session of Voices of the City. This is David Lynn, and you heard it from Rah King. He's also a boxer, and you know that I'm a boxer as well. So this is going to be interesting if we end up setting this up, and maybe we'll see something in the summer or something. I don't know. It's we'll have something maybe in the summer or early summer. I need some time to prepare.
Of course,
I
no problem.
get myself in
We'll see.
in
We'll
shape.
speak. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk. But tune in next time. You know where to come. Voices of the City. This is David Lynn, and tune in out. Take
Cheers.
care.